Well, I'm meteorologist Rich Marriott, and well, we're off to a quiet start around western Washington. We've got just a few showers that have been lingering from overnight. They were on their way out, but we got a little bit of convergence that's helped to maintain those showers roughly between Seattle and Everett. But those should wrap up by the end of the morning, and we should see skies clear a little bit this afternoon, at least some sun breaks, but a few places might actually go partly sunny once we get rid of this little convergence zone area there, that post-frontal that's been hanging on. You see up there in Everett, which is under that remnants of that convergence zone, still looking pretty wet out there on the runways at Payne Field this morning, and out at SEA, it's looking like dry roadways, but a lot of cars out there on the departure deck. Another busy morning at the airport. Pretty nice out there at Westport. We've been seeing some occasional sunshine, so they're seeing some clearing out there along the coastal beaches, which is kind of nice to see. Looking at our 7-day forecast, you can see we do dry out later today. Tomorrow probably mostly dry, but we're going to be brushed by a little weak system that could give us a couple of showers, maybe north and northwest most likely the spot you're going to see it, but otherwise it's going to be mostly cloudy with a few sun breaks tomorrow, and then rain moves in as we head towards the end of the week along with warming temperatures, and we kind of get into a warmer and wetter pattern all the way into next week. Looking at the satellite image, you can see we do have high pressure building just off the coast. That is going to dry us out mostly. We'll see a little portion of this system go over the top of that ridge and brush by us tomorrow. That'll give us the risk of a couple of showers around, but I think most places will get through Wednesday dry, and then as we head towards Thursday, we're going to see a shift in our weather pattern where these systems are going to be coming in more from the west to the southwest, so they're going to be warmer and wetter, and unfortunately that is going to be driving our snow levels up as we desperately need some snow down to the bases of the ski areas, which run roughly around 3,000 to 4,000 feet, but looks like we're going to warm up to 5,000 to 6,000 foot snow levels as we head towards the end of the week. Take a look at the computer model. You can see the remnants of those showers today kind of wrapping up as we head into tonight, and then tomorrow we'll just get brushed by this little weak system, mostly out along the coast and up to the north. That moves right on out, and otherwise we're just going to be looking for a few sun breaks around on Wednesday. And then as we head on towards Thursday, you can see that rain starts to move in and soak things down, and it looks like it's going to be wet off and on into the weekend. Checking the water vapor, which shows us where the atmospheric rivers are. We do have an atmospheric river out there kind of arcing across the Pacific off the coast. As we head towards Thursday, it's pointed primarily to the south of us, and it just kind of brushes by us as we head into Friday. That's going to be the wettest day. Fortunately, it's not going to stall over us. That's when atmospheric rivers cause problems. So this is overall, it should be just regular rainfall for us, and we do dry out a little bit as we head into Saturday, and then it just kind of moves its way up and down the coast, you can see. And as we head towards Tuesday, we get another shot coming out of the atmospheric river, so we'll have a short period of some pretty heavy rainfall, but then it won't last that long, so we're not looking for any major river flooding, but definitely going to be wet, and that also brings in some warmer temperatures as well. Take a look at the passes. They're basically bare, the main passes. We've had traction tires advised at times, but largely we have no restrictions right now because the roadways are bare and wet and not really accumulating any snowfall at the highway pass levels at this point. If we take a look at this, compares as of yesterday, December 1st, what the measured depth was at the ski areas versus the 30-year average for the 1st of December. And you can see half a normal there at Stevens Pass. Well, you don't normally see a whole lot at Snoqualmie Pass. They actually normally get opened a little bit later in the first week of December. And then Crystal Mountain, though, is way below what it normally sees. 3 inches on the ground right now, 29 inches ordinarily. And Baker also way behind, 26 inches on the ground right now. Normally they would have at least 57 inches. So we're struggling to get those ski areas open, though we did find out today that Mission Ridge over by Wenatchee is going to be opening up for skiing starting on Thursday, primarily on artificial snow. Take a look at those snow levels. This is an unfortunate thing. The precipitation is going to start coming in later in the week. Those snow levels are going to be rising to as much as 5,000 to 6,000 feet, which means we'll get snow in the upper portions of the ski areas, but we need to get it down to the bases, which are roughly between about 3,000 and 4,000 feet. So it's going to take a little while to get those open, but they do a really good job of snow management these days, so might see a couple more areas maybe squeeze open. So stay tuned. We'll let you know as soon as we do. Checking the passes if you're headed over them today for Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass for that matter. A little bit of fog at times. Could see some sunshine breaking out, but really no driving problems during the day today or overnight tonight. Might be a little bit of patchy ice out there in the overnight hours. And checking that first alert 7-day forecast. So we'll wrap up the showers today, some sun breaks this afternoon. Tomorrow about the same, though we might see a couple of showers from that little passing system out towards the coast and up to the north. Increasing rain during the day on Thursday. Friday looks like a wet day. Just off and on showers on Saturday, another wet day Sunday, and just a couple showers around Monday. Those temperatures, though, in the low to mid 50s, and those snow levels bouncing around between 4,500 and 6,000 feet. It looks like all the way into next week.